Welcome to the Mac Besties podcast, where four best friends with over 30 years of friendship invite you to join our circle. We're navigating life in our 40s, juggling jobs, careers, family, and everything in between. Think of us as your go-to girlfriends, here to share laughs, lessons, and a lot of real talk. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's journey through friendship, growth, and all the curveballs life throws our way. Welcome to the Mac Besties podcast.
Well, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
Hi. It's been a week.
Shall we get into
For
it?
sure. Pew, pew, pew. I don't know. What you drinking, girl?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, some rum and cherry RC cola.
I was thinking that thing in front of you with a cup. It's your mic. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the kind of week I've been having. I have zero brain power. I have zero energy. I'm ready for
Okay.
another week.
Well, you're the M in Mac Besties, so if you want to start off with your week, or at least try, we'd love to hear it.
Normal Monday through Friday grind. We have this Christmas party that is on Wednesday next week for the property that my coworker Heidi and I do. We have to decorate for everything. It's a lot of work, and we feel like we're just two men on an island, but I guess that's technically what we get paid to do. So I need to shut the hell up and just do it. But I don't like it.
You're allowed to have an opinion about things, though, while you're doing it. Just saying.
I don't think you understand how much work we put into this. Well,
That's exactly why I didn't do the Christmas party for our company anymore. Like I don't want to hear one negative thing, honestly. Like I want to hear nothing. Don't be ungrateful. But yeah, there's always going to be somebody, and you try to have a thick skin, and then finally you're like, all the extra work that I had to do and the extra stress and the, middle of the night thoughts that I had just wanting to make everything perfect for y'all. And then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe we had baked beans at the dinner. Like just something like that. And it's just like, you know what? Fine. Next time you ain't getting food at all. That's at the point I was. And I'm like, that means I'm done doing the party for people. Yeah, not gonna take any complaint. So I get it.
So the Monday through Friday grind was pretty much just work bullshit as normal, dealing with this Christmas party. We also we're on the committee for the CVMA John Wayne poker run that's in March. And so we had a meeting for that on Wednesday and talked about that. And then yesterday, we went to this cool place called Santan Flat for work and had some food and hung out for a little bit. They have like these fire pits that you can roast your s'mores on, and it's a really cool outdoor venue. And it's been abnormally warm in Arizona, so it just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know. I wonder if that's why I can't just get myself into the spirit. Like, I can't, I need to go.
Been warm here too.
I need to do some Christmas shopping. And I mean, I kind of did, but I'm just over it. We have Christmas angels at work, so I had grabbed 2 Christmas angels, and that was due tomorrow. So I had to get myself out of the house today, even though it was a struggle. And I went to Marshall's, and it was a complete shit show. I mean, ass to elbow in there. Like, you couldn't get down one lane. I was just like, ugh, get me out of this store. But I was there for a while because it's a great place to get cheaper gifts. And we have Secret Santa coming up next weekend for the CVMA. So I was trying to get shit for that. And yeah, it was what it was. So next week will be a better week. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. something that I did, well, maybe I mentioned it. So our Christmas plans, we leave on the, well, I leave on the 19th. Patrick's going a day early just because he can, which was the whole like thing for us for a minute. And I just got over it, but I'm just, I was annoyed because I didn't want to travel alone. Um, kind of probably, I guess, still a little annoyed by it, but Patrick wanted to like go so that he could have this whole discussion with his dad about things. And so I was like, all right, it's fine, just go. So anyway, he goes on Wednesday. I go on Thursday. Missouri for a couple days, Kansas for a couple days. My mom's Christmas is on Sunday, the 22nd. So we'll do Sunday and Monday at my mom's. And then we fly to Pittsburgh on Christmas Eve to go to the Chiefs game. So be in Pittsburgh on Christmas Day, rooting on the Chiefs. So I'm trying to figure out, I really want to make a sign, but how the fuck am I going to get the sign there? And then I'm like, well, I guess I could do it when I get there because we get there New Year's Eve. And I'm like, or Christmas Eve. And I'm like, I'm going to walk around trying to find a Walmart or a CVS or something and get my poster board going. So I don't know what'll end up happening, but it's a prime opportunity to get on national television. And I just feel like I need a sign. And I tried to get Patrick to let me spray paint his beard, and he won't.
Come on.
So my coworkers last night at the little get together, they were like, "Well, you should just spray paint your hair, do half of it yellow and half of it red." And I was just like, "I could do that. Guess if I want one to spray paint, I guess I should be willing to spray
Do
paint."
you
So,
know what you want your sign to say?
I was just gonna go kind of simple with like Santa is a Chiefs fan, something like that, Christmas related. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's
And
the
you
only
could always
idea I've
have,
had.
like, can you, like, are you checking baggage or is everything carry on?
No, I was checking it.
Okay. I was
Most
just
of
wondering
my,
because you
I
could
mean, I
get
could
like,
probably take it as a carry-on,
I was just saying, except for like the poster board part, maybe if you just already had all your craft stuff, like the letters are cut out that you can just glue
right?
on instead of worrying about the marker thing, I think it would just be paste everything together real quick in the room and all you need is to find is a poster board or giant piece of cardboard or something.
Fuck yeah, I could just find some
The
cardboard in the
hotel might
You
even
dumpster,
could
have cardboard,
right?
you could duct tape some beer boxes together.
Yeah,
There you go.
could
No,
do
you guys
that.
all have those.
I'm gonna go dumpster diving for fucking cardboard in Pittsburgh. Should be fun.
Right on.
When do you go home?
And we fly back to Phoenix on the 26th. So we're literally, it's a quick trip. And then K-State's bowl game just got announced and they'll be here on the 26th. So
Oh,
we
are
thought about
they?
that. And I was like, man, why's it got to be this year? Because, all the traveling and the expenses probably shouldn't be gone longer. And not that we're still home, but Hog would have to stay another night. Then we would have to get tickets. Probably not a good idea. So maybe next time.
Yeah, they don't even have an elite quarterback. You're not going to spend money on that, right?
Right. You're right. Even Anna said she wasn't sure if she was going to go because it's a low rate bowl. And I was like, all right, well, but you are right. We do not have an elite quarterback.
You just said that like 18 times last week. So.
I did.
That's funny. Well, my week
That's
was
me.
long. Just finishing up. I took my final for math on Saturday and I walked out crying,
Ooh.
trying to be positive. It was hard and half the shit wasn't even on the study guide. Yeah, I was pretty pissed off and I don't know. when I went to go turn it in, she was like, "How do you think I did?" And I was like, "Well, not well, but I'm going to tell you, I don't want to do this again. So I hope you can help me there." So I did. I walked out crying. And then when I got to my car, I just let it out. I was so stressed too.
Yeah.
But it's done. And I'm done with all my classes except for patho. And that final opens up tomorrow and it's due Thursday. So we do that online, but we have to do it on this like secure site. It's crazy. I have to like scan the room and make sure that no one's, in there. And then I have to like show them my driver's license. And so, yeah, it's crazy, but that's my last final. And then I'm done and I can't wait. I'm not too worried about that one. Patho is easy and I love it. But yeah, and then what else? Just normal work and adulting. Nothing too exciting other than that.
Well, that's good. No news is good news sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I just had a boring week, just studying and work. Nothing
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Did you
I
get
didn't
them
have-
drinks in?
I did have a drink. Two.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, two of them, but then I ended up passing out early last night just because I was so mentally exhausted.
For sure.
So, and then I got up today and finished my last journal entry for women's health and finished that class. So I got an A on my last essay for my women's health. I'm waiting to my intimate relations essay. That was my big one. So she hasn't graded it yet.
When do you know about your math final?
Sometime next week. We'll see. So I took my final in this big stadium room. Like this room was huge because it was all of our classes combined in one. So there was like tons of students in there and nerve-wracking already, and anxiety when you walk into a big stadium room and it's just people are talking, and I don't know, it just gives me anxiety. So I sat like in the middle on the edge, and I just brought my pencils and my calculator. I didn't bring anything else. And everybody had to leave their backpacks and their phones up at the front of the room. I was like, yeah, I didn't need my backpack. I don't need anything. Just my pencil and my calculator. That's all I need. So, and then of course my phone was in my jacket, and I took my jacket off, put it in the seat next to me. But yeah, it took me about an hour and a half. There were 65 questions of bullshit.
Algebra.
Stupid
Bullshit.
bullshit that I'm not even gonna fucking use. And that's what's irritating to me. Like, give it to me in an IV formula, then I can tell you. Or a word problem. I got word problems down. Like, no problem at all. Common sense, trying to figure out what the best cab fee or phone deal is. But this y equals mx plus b and then graphing it, I don't see myself graphing in the future.
A lot of unknown numbers.
Yeah, and shading areas, like I don't have time for that when I'm drawing up medications. So so yeah, I'm hoping, I'm praying, crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
Then it goes okay.
Do you know what you needed to score on it to pass the class?
No, just because the way of her grade book, it's stupid. Like there's no numbers. It just has, grades. And right now I have a C plus. So, and I just need a C to pass, so I think I'm okay. I'm okay, and she drops the lowest test grade anyways. So as of right now, I'm fine.
There you
It
go.
just was nerve-wracking when I study and study and study, and then I walk in there and I'm like, what? How do I work this? And yeah, and then trying not to cry too, because I'm so frustrated that I don't know how to work that goddamn problem. I guessed a lot on a lot of them because majority of the time it's like breaking it down to the lowest common factor. So like x minus 2, x plus 2 equals 0. Like breaking those numbers down to that. I don't know. It's my head hurts just thinking about it. It'll be fine.
Well, guessing gives you a better chance than leaving it blank or skipping it. So
I'm not going to lie, on my last test, there was the system of equations where we had three equations that we had to figure out what X, Y, and Z were. And one was like 2X plus 3Y equals whatever. And then it was Z minus Y equals blah, blah, blah. And then Z and Y equals this. And I couldn't figure out how to fucking get it to one where I could figure out, it was that I, after all my work, I wrote to the side, I don't know. I tried.
Well, maybe she'll give you points for trying.
She did. She did. She gave me a point. She said at least she tried and then wrote it out for me.
Oh man. I'm
No.
sorry, April.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm hoping that she gives me sympathy. So,
I have no doubt that you're gonna get that C that you need to pass the class. I
well,
don't even care
yeah.
what you get on the final.
Yeah. My homework grade is an A. My attendance is an A. It's just these damn tests that get me, and my test average is a C. So I think it'll be fine.
good.
It'll be
Well,
just fine.
looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yes, I will let you guys know as soon as I figure out.
Please do.
Love it. My week was pretty low key. I will say I did bowl a 199 in my first game at bowling on Tuesday.
Oh my
Which
God, that's awesome.
really exciting, but you know me, I was pissed that I left a pin because it could have been 200. And if I would have picked up that pin, I would have gotten 10 more pins, in the 10th. So yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
that was exciting. That was cool. Somebody from like 5 or 6 lanes down came over like right after the game. Like I was going to change my shoes to go outside. And this guy's like in my face and he's like, good game. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jeremy. Like, thanks. Like that was weird. And then Dave told me on the way home that he was coming out of the bathroom at one point and somebody stopped him and said, I heard Crystal opened with 5 strikes. So I could just see the gossip kind of going down the bowling alley. Like everybody's cool. Like nobody's going to say anything. Nobody wants to jinx you or whatever. But that was funny for me. That whole thing was funny. My second game
That's
was,
awesome, sis.
yeah, it was cool.
Congratulations.
My second game, absolute garbage.
Yeah,
Like
that's usually how that goes.
100. 100.
What happened?
Forgot how to do it, I guess.
You were so worked up on that 199.
And then my third game was meh. But anyway, Monday afternoon, I noticed my throat started to hurt. And then as the week progressed, I just kind of got worse and worse and worse. And I almost have my voice back, almost. Like I've heard it crack a couple times, but now it is all in my chest. It's just living right here in the lungs. So it's gone down a little. I did take a COVID test on Tuesday just for Deb's sanity, and it was not positive. I have not taken one since. I don't know. I don't care.
You probably had strep.
Well, it was a sore throat. It wasn't like knife
what's
in
been
my
going
throat.
around a lot. Strep and
Yep.
pneumonia, walking pneumonia. So
Well,
hot tea, drink
well,
hot
I
tea.
mean, we're 6,
The
7
next.
days in, you know, we're in the thick
Oh,
of
well,
it.
let's just keep it
I'm
going.
just saying, I feel better. I feel better. I
Well, it's
actually,
in your
Until it gets
chest.
better before it gets worse.
yeah.
It's in your chest, and I don't want you to get pneumonia. So I hot tea helps break that stuff up.
I mean, my boss told me to drink a hot toddy, and that has hot tea. And that
Well,
sounded
that
very, very good.
you can go that route too.
I did not drink one, but it did sound good. It did sound good.
Well, at least you thought about it.
Yeah. She tried on Thursday because I'm trying to figure out how to take the rest of my time off. I have 2 sick days and 2 vacation days. And she told me on Thursday, she was like, man, you really should just take tomorrow off. And I'm like, oh, I got so much to do. And I woke up on Friday and I sounded so bad. I felt like okay, but just sounded terrible. So I called her. Normally I would just text her, right? And she answers her phone and I'm like, hey, it's me. And she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. She's like, okay, bye. See you Monday. Talk to you Monday. So that was kind of nice to just have an extra day. I did have to log in and finish payroll. There was a payroll thing, but that didn't take me very long. I had already started it on Thursday. So it really took me 15, 20 minutes or something like that. So easy peasy. But yeah. Um, I will tell you guys, I talked to you on Marco Polo about something that happened with a student of mine that I was very worried about. I did end up texting him and then did not hear back from him until today. He texted me and I'm going to open it up because I want you to hear what he said. Sorry, I should have had this open.
I
I
really
want
wish you
to,
get your shit together.
yeah, he said, I want to apologize for my behavior last week. It was pretty rough. I can explain in person in class on Tuesday. I said, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you're doing okay. And he said, yes, ma'am, you as well. And I'm like, okay, he's
Oh,
sober.
yeah.
That's the yes, ma'am. That's the thing, right? Like
Mhm.
he's just, that's who he is. So, not who the fuck are you talking to, which is what it was the other day. So, uh, I am very excited to see him on Tuesday. And I'm sure I will update you on Marco Polo as to how that goes. I did some grocery shopping this morning. I have been working very diligently on recovering the files on this computer, and I just can't give up on it. I just can't walk away. And I I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just troubleshooting. I'm just trying things different ways. So I don't even know what I did, but I did something. And instead of telling me that these 2 files aren't in the folder, it told me I needed to rename these files to la 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 in the folder. And like I have several files, you know, several things in there, but one of them was like flashing. And I was like, oh, that one must be number 1. So I rename it. And I'm so excited. And the files have like a date stamp, but they don't necessarily have a time stamp. So I can't tell if it came in at 17 seconds and then 23 seconds. I can't tell. And there's several of these files. So I just started naming them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm double clicking them because that's what you're supposed to do is you double click to convert the file. And it tells me, you know, this is dangerous. If you convert this, it's dangerous. You could risk your own data and personal information. And I'm like, convert anyway, convert anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I've played with the different arrangements of which one's number 1 and which one's number 2. And then there's one, the biggest file, like because you can see the file size, the biggest one. Every time I go back to that, it tells me I can't convert it right now because there's another conversion in progress. And I'm like, that's it, baby. That's it. So I'm sure I'm just getting my hopes up.
Stay tuned.
But if I wake up and there's a video file in the Zoom 1124 folder, it will all have been worth it. I don't know if you guys understand the hours, hours I have spent with my laptop searching for the word convert, searching for double underscore click, searching for 24, 11, 24. I mean, Jesus, God have mercy. I was so excited to see something to tell me to rename it. I'm like, oh, that's new. That is new. So just can't quite walk away just yet. I am going to figure out my time off situation. I'm going to try to get it around Christmas. Technically, we're supposed to be a half day Christmas Eve, closed Christmas Day, and then we're open on Thursday as if anybody's going to come to school that day. I mean, classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't see people coming to school on Thursday, but trying to figure out this time off because I've had my time off planned except for my sick day Friday. That's me.
Exciting.
That's what I got.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I'll say a little prayer for you before bed.
Oh, for the file?
Mhm.
Yes, please. Something.
My week was a rough week, mostly at work. It was pretty rough. So there's that. Had to kind of miss family get together back in Kansas. Looks like everybody had a good time. I know my nephew also had, I think it's in CKL in Kansas. Anyway, for band, he got to go compete. So I'm honestly not 100% sure on the instrument. I thought it was trumpet, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think that went well as well. No movie again this week. With Anthony's wallet being gone and the card getting canceled, the renewal for the movie pass ended up getting canceled. So we did go try to book a movie, and then he didn't have his card on him because he still hasn't bought a new wallet. He did just get his new card though. He did just get his driver's license and also a letter from Wheat Ridge Police Department saying someone turned his wallet in.
Oh,
So
yay.
now he has
Oh.
2 driver's licenses. He has a backup just in case. He has to go get that though. But yeah, everything else, the bag, the phone, of course, headphones, all that stuff, not, it was just the wallet, but it has like his credit card in it. I don't know if they tried to use it, and he shut it off like immediately. As soon as he saw the train go, he like pretty much, he has 2 phones. One was on him, one was in the bag. And then yeah, so he pulled out the phone he did have and was like, Capital One, let's shut this shit off. And anyway, it was really just a lot of work this week. I did get a shirt order in for a friend for her daughter's graduating early, and they're having, the school actually does a ceremony in December for those that graduate early, which I think is kind of new, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And maybe there's just enough now. I don't even know how school even goes anymore. I'm so out of touch with it. But I think guess there's quite a few or enough to have some type of a ceremony. So anyway, so been working on those shirts, and trying to think, yesterday Anthony wanted to get his Christmas shopping done for his nieces and nephews out of the way, so we went and took care of that. We did need to go to Hobby Lobby, and then we went out to eat to a Thai restaurant. That was pretty good. It's actually inside of an Asian market. We had no idea. We just looked up the restaurant, had really good reviews, decided to go there, and you just walk into this grocery store and you're actually walking into the restaurant. So, but it was really good. Turned out well. And then today we just kind of ran a couple errands, went to Sam's Club and got some. Actually, we went to Costco first, and it was the only store that was just absolutely nuts. Like, I've gone to the stores, the grocery stores, like I have just assumed since it's holiday season, every store is just chaos. Like, you're gonna have to wait forever to check something out. So you better make sure you really want it, or you have a really big list and it's worth standing in line, standing in line for. Um, and that has not been the case except for Costco. And we ended up saying, screw it, let's just go to Sam's Club, because it was just, they don't do the scan and pay like Sam's Club does. And you know what? Yeah, I don't even know the next time I'll be back. Like, it was just terrible. Uh, I just noticed it's just so, I don't know. It's definitely a different environment. I never ever noticed it before, really, but we went to Sam's Club and that was like nice and peaceful, and everybody was, in a decent mood and not like just absolute chaos. And I was in line first and I'm trying to go here and you're on my way. Like, it was like a night and day. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, it's the same thing essentially, but I don't know why it's different. And it's literally across the street, like from each other. So it was
Yeah.
like, why is there such a difference? Uh, like, even Anthony was like still in shock from Costco as we're walking down the aisles, and Sam's like, God, this place is so much better. He's like, my head is still just from just, you could just feel everybody's energy. That's, if you want to feel that energy, Megan, go to a Costco. If you want to feel that Christmas panic, how everybody gets around the holidays and in the stores, Costco, go to Costco if you want that. Maybe it'll bring on your holiday spirit a little bit.
Jesus.
No, thank you. I would like to avoid that as much as possible.
Uh, it was terrible over there. But Sam's Club, in and out, we got our 5 things we needed, all scanned, paid on the phone, walk out the door, boom. Like, didn't even have to talk to anybody. It was amazing. Yeah, came home and cooked, and yeah, then next thing I knew, it was already time. It was already almost 5:30, so here I am. It was a very uneventful week for me. But yeah, I can't even think of anything else that happened.
I also went shopping yesterday, but really, I did all my shopping for Ollie online, and everything is getting delivered but one thing. And I had to, like, Dave and I had to be like super covert about, why are we going to County Line Road to go to Michael's? When we could just go to
Oh,
Southlands. And I don't know, like, it's kind of a running joke that Ollie like knows his surroundings, but he doesn't know street names, and he doesn't know if Arapahoe Road is south of here or east of here. He doesn't know that shit, right? So I I thought we'd be able to pull it off, but at the same time, going over by Park Meadows Mall, which is not near us, it's 8 miles, 10 miles away. It's not super far, but we don't really go over there unless we have a reason. Well, I had to go pick something up from the World Market that I had ordered for him. And Dave and I were literally on Google Maps, like, what else is in this parking lot? Like, how can we get me away from them? And so he basically made Ollie go to Ross, I think it was Ross or Marshalls or Burlington,
yep.
and pretended to shop for a pair of shoes for me while I went to the car. When really I just ran
World
back
Market.
to World Market from Michael. Like, we did go to Michael's and we did walk inside Home Goods, but yeah, no, it was all a big
That's
ploy.
not why you were there.
Yeah. And then I carried like the little bag, and like he didn't even notice. Where did we end up going? Oh, we went to Walmart. We went to Walmart and got just like a couple things, like not grocery shopping. We did groceries this morning, but yeah, I walked in with the bag and he legit didn't even notice. So I'm stoked. I'm done. I'm done with my shopping for Ollie. I still need to do like Christmas Eve stockings and shit. But pretty excited about dinners this week. I've I've been having some cravings and we've been getting those things. Like I've been wanting Chipotle for a minute. So we went to Chipotle while we were out shopping yesterday, and that was super exciting. But I was like, all right, up next, birria tacos. Am I making them or are we going to the food truck? And today we went to the food truck for birria tacos for lunch, and that was great. But now I want a steak. And my
So
favorite
goodbye.
steak comes from Texas Roadhouse. It's not cheap because we don't go to Texas Roadhouse and just get food. Like we get a margarita and then we get at least one big beer, if not two. It's a thing. So I went ahead and got the steak at the grocery store. Like I'll cook that one. Like I'll handle that dinner, and that will be fine. Um, they just went to Old Chicago to watch the hockey game. So I'm like, sweet. Guess we're not having steak tonight because I'm podcasting. Bring me some pepperoni rolls.
I love pepperoni rolls.
Me too.
And the Italian nachos.
And their Italian nachos,
Mhm.
yes.
Patrick wants to go to Old Chicago when we're back in Kansas. So,
You guys have been to Old Chicago before?
whoa.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Kylie, did you ask if we had an Old Chicago?
I said, you guys don't have Old Chicago out there?
No.
Wow. Okay.
There's one up in like I think Tempe or Chandler, but we don't get there very often. And like there's so many places that we've not been. We try to go somewhere new.
Yeah, I get that.
So there's not much in Manhattan, so Old Chicago it is.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You
Will
have
be.
little wedding reminders.
Stop it.
No, that was fun afterwards. Going to Old Chicago. We did something to your car and someone got mad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
I wore the cutest shoes that day. And I wish what happened to those fucking green heels? They were the super cutest heels and my little skirt, but those damn shoes were the cutest. And I wish I knew what happened to them. I'm super excited for my news update segment that when we get to that, because I actually
good.
have two
Okay.
Do
stories.
we have any updates?
Well, I checked and they still haven't found the three monkeys. So there's still three monkeys loose.
And they
There's been
haven't found dead monkeys, which means these monkeys are thriving.
Yes, they are
They're living their
thriving.
best life.
Yeah, they are enjoying themselves. They're obviously surviving and doing well. So there has been no updates since November 19th.
Any other updates?
From last week. My
From
husband's
any?
alive.
Yes, we should talk about that. This is the to be continued episode after all.
No. He's fine. He's a fucking idiot.
Oh,
He's fine.
okay.
I don't know what else to say. Like he's so dumb. He made really bad choices and I'm just really thankful that
He's alive and
my
okay.
driveway. That he's home.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
I
I've
know
been there
you do.
before.
I know you do. Yep. It's so stupid. I just told him, don't fucking do that shit. Don't leave Hog and us alone forever because you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the very next day, the death highway, motorcyclist, done, gone,
The next day.
not coming back. Yes.
I'm
It's a terrible,
alive.
it's terrible. All the time. So
Scary. Like it's scary enough sober on a motorcycle, right?
seriously.
Like
Yeah.
Yes.
And at night.
Yeah. So stupid. So stupid.
don't need any help in that department, sir.
Um
Do better. Get
Do
well
better.
soon. Okay.
do better. I mean, he literally like kissed my ass for 3 days after that, which doesn't make it okay and does not make me feel any differently about it. But I'm like, I would like a fountain drink and a Snickers bar.
I want you to go to the Circle K for me,
Mhm.
and I want you to
Right.
stand in line.
Stand in
You don't get to
line.
get
Don't you
self
use that self checkout.
I better not see you getting self checkout.
Right. So, but so yeah, he knows he's stupid. Nothing I can do about it
No,
now.
sometimes that's all it is as long as they know. And you're
Oh,
like, okay, we can move on.
right. I mean, there's not
As
much
long
I
as
can
you
do about it now.
understand.
Just hope next time he makes the better choice of picking up the phone.
Yeah.
Like, I was so mad. I was like, I texted you like 3 or 4 times, like, let me know when you're ready. Like, it was a very simple text. Come get me.
It's usually all it is.
That's so stupid. So he's fine. His bike's fine. Not that really matters, but yeah, that's my update from previous conversation.
That's good. Current events. April's dying to go.
Let's go.
I am. First one. Did you guys hear about the sinkhole in Pennsylvania?
No, but I love sinkhole
Yes.
stories. Tell
Grandmother.
me.
Um,
I did. It's very sad.
yes.
Yeah.
So she when was it, Kylie? Was it like 2 days ago or something?
It
I
was
can't
just
remember.
a couple days ago.
Yeah, a couple days
No, it was
ago.
like a week ago, I think, because I think it's been almost 5 days or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
4 or 5 days of them trying to search for her.
Yeah.
So she was out trying to find her cat, and the cat got in the sinkhole, and the sinkhole took her to 30 feet down, and it took them 4 days, I believe, and they finally recovered her. But obviously it's not good news. But she was 65 years old, and it was in Westmoreland County of Pennsylvania is where it happened.
She's just walking around in her backyard looking for a cat.
Out in the
Sinkhole?
streets, walking the streets trying to find, and then
She was
it
in
stuck down.
I think she was driving around in her car and had seen the cat and pulled over, kind of like, driving the neighborhoods, but she had her 5-year-old grandchild with her. So that is why she got like reported immediately, that people couldn't find her because she had somebody's kid, and they found the kid in the car, and that's how they knew that she had went there to try to get the cat in this area that the cat shouldn't have been, and she probably shouldn't have been. And yeah, it turned out to be and it went to what, like an old mine or
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
sad.
I don't love sinkhole stories when people die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Well, I couldn't give it right
I
away.
haven't seen a
I
lot
had
that
to
they
tell the
live.
story.
All right.
All right, number 2.
Let's hear it.
Did you guys hear about this United Healthcare CEO?
Of course.
That got gunned down, and they
Yeah.
still don't know who
Yeah.
the gunman is,
Mm-hmm.
but they think that he's just kind of playing cat and mouse with them. Like he's wanting all of this tension. Like they got a couple more pictures of his face, and I listened to this retired detective for New York, and he's saying how he thinks he's just looking for attention, and but he planned this. It wasn't like just saw him and did it. He's been planning this for weeks.
Right.
His schedule, he knew where he was going to be. And the fact that when they interviewed the wife says that he was been getting death threats.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't they report this? Why? That's what I didn't get to research anymore. That's like,
Yeah,
did
he
they
didn't
turn it into the
didn't
cops?
report it. And I think it was just one of those, he didn't want to make a big deal of it. Everything's going to be fine. This is just somebody who's upset about
Yeah.
something. And I mean, they literally, I think they were also saying that they were shocked that he didn't ask for like bodyguards, because the United Healthcare, they would have paid, they're like allotted a certain
Mhm.
amount of like $10,000 or some shit before they even have to report it as needing,
Yeah.
needing security or anything. Like, just knowing that you had the death threats, obviously, I'm thinking he must not have really taken them very seriously if he didn't
Yeah.
even ask for, hey, can you just have someone walk with me, or, keep, you know, keep an eye out for me, or let him know what was going on. I don't think he even said anything to anybody. It was his
Yeah.
wife that was like, "Oh yeah, he's been getting
Yeah.
death threats these last couple of weeks." It's like,
Yeah.
why did, so it must have just been, they just wrote it off of it. Maybe it's not uncommon. I can't imagine it being uncommon with as crappy as healthcare is and all the horrible, horrible stories you hear. It did not, I wasn't even shocked. I'm just like, that checks out. That absolutely makes sense. And this
Mhm.
guy, first off, I cannot believe that they haven't, just with all of our technology and all the other things, I'm
Right?
surprised. But at the same time, I feel like when you decide to do something like that, you're already, okay, my life is over. If they catch me, I'm done.
Yeah.
I might as well just have fun while I'm still out here and free. Like, he's not hiding because he knows he's going to get caught, and he's might as well just, I feel like he's already faced what's going to happen. Like, he knows what's going to happen when he gets caught.
Yeah. This is my theory. I think that his grandmother or some family member has been sick and they needed a certain medication or a test, and United Healthcare Insurance wouldn't pay for it. And I think it's got to be on some sort of lines. That's the first thought,
Mhm.
is that he is upset that a family member wasn't taken care of with this insurance. And um, I think they probably appealed it probably several times. And yeah, and then he just went after the CEO. That's my theory. That's the first thought that popped in my head. It's like, why would you go after a CEO of United Healthcare unless you have some sort of effect from this situation? Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thought, of course, as well. And as Kylie stated, I wasn't surprised to hear that it happened. I'm also not surprised that he didn't take it seriously. I feel like it probably is very common, unfortunately, for these CEOs to get death threats. Like, not just United Healthcare, probably a lot of them, probably a lot of other businesses, shit like that. I mean, people unfortunately are a
Anything that has to do with money
little
or
cuckoo. Yeah.
healthcare. Yeah.
Um, it's really sad. I did see something that they were talking about whatever, maybe the casings had some words written on it. And it's very similar to a documentary that came out in
A
like
book, yeah.
2021. So then I was like, "Oh, I need to watch this documentary." I didn't, but I I might.
I think it's a book.
Oh, is it a book?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So the words on the shell casings were deny, defend, depose. And the book is deny, defend. I don't remember the other one. The third word was different,
Yes. Yeah, I can't remember.
but it was about health insurance companies denying claims. I was going to say, do you know that United, like by far, denies more claims than other health insurance companies?
I've read that as well.
And in the day or two after, all the other big insurance companies took all their
Started.
executives' informations off their websites.
I mean, it's probably safe
I
that
was
way.
hoping it would have been started processing claims, like, and started approving.
Oh, they're
That would have been
doing that
great, right?
too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, a
They're
little
doing
bit more.
that too.
Maybe we shouldn't be such Karens about this and realize that, not everything's black and white.
Yeah. Or
They're
get,
not Karens. They're just greedy motherfuckers. Just a fact check so that we have it for the record. The book is Delay, Deny, Defend,
ah,
Yes.
and the shell casings were denied, defend, pose. I mean, it's unfortunate that the healthcare in our country is unfortunate in general.
I think it is, and I think it's going to get worse, which is terrifying. Honestly.
A little part of me that's hoping it might not get worse. Like, I need these insurance companies to be like, I don't know, not necessarily held responsible, but it's just, yeah, never mind. I digress. Pineapple, I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it.
Over healthcare?
Yeah, I think there's a conspiracy in all of it. Like, I think there's money in pockets that it's just, and everybody knows it's happening, and there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do about it. And that makes me sad, which is why I don't want to talk about it, because it's just kind of just sad.
Interesting.
I forgot to say something about my week.
What?
Oh, please.
So I told you about the um, murder mystery party I'm going to
Yes.
Yes.
next Saturday. And this thing is turning into a whole ordeal. Like, I'm getting text messages from people about my character. So I got a visit today from the mayor, who is Casey. It's her birthday. So she went around to everybody and delivered an envelope, and they did this whole big spiel, her and her husband. And so then my card told me that I had to text these people and tell them, my clues. And anyways, it's getting quite interesting. I just opened my phone to like 3 text messages, and this one person, I kind of want to knock him out. But I think that's their character, I'm
Yeah.
like, it takes me a second. I'm just like, what?
You have to get into character
Yeah.
instead
So
of
my character, I'm Freddie Fuchsia. I'm a horse jockey, and my horse bites other horses in the ass
Yes.
and to win. And so, and this one person texts me and says, Freddie, congratulations on Dark Sail winning the race recently. I heard the horse bit the other horse in the rear end and took the lead. That's hilarious. And so I told him, my clue, it was the mayor has been ministering hormones and doing aggressive training, and so they wrote back, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I
Sure.
love that
y'all are
you're
all into
like,
character, man.
you get a week's worth of like prep and build up. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm getting all of these. So she finally got all the envelopes delivered, obviously. And everybody's like, but yeah, it's quite interesting. So my pink mask came in today, and hopefully my pink dress comes in time. Otherwise, I'll be probably going to Goodwill trying to find something. But yeah, sorry, I forgot to say that about my week. I just opened because I kept hearing my phone buzz. I'm like, who the fuck is texting me? Like, I don't have to talk to anybody. What is going on? I'm like, oh, hold on. Freddie's got to respond to these text messages real quick.
Any
Yeah.
other current events?
Besides Eminem's mom, Debbie passing, and then the whole obviously no children liked her, so yeah, it's sad to think of someone being such a terrible mom that like your kids just literally are like, I'm glad this day's finally here and done, like
Yeah.
now we can all stop thinking about you. Like that's how it just comes across. It's just sad. and then nothing she could have possibly ever done. You know, she was never forgiven. So glad y'all are good moms.
Thanks. I saw that Ariana Grande was on Drew Barrymore's show. Did you guys see this?
No.
Okay, so some method acting concerns happening. Maybe she hasn't quite come out of her Glinda role.
Oh.
And
Oh, really?
I saw a clip of it, and it was, I love Drew Barrymore. I get why people get annoyed by her, so don't watch her, like whatever, leave her alone. But I think all in all, she's a good human, but she was very weird, very weird with Ariana Grande. Like they were practically sitting on each other's laps. I mean, they were like face to face, very intense. And they told a story about the first time they ever met. And it was at some music producer's party, some kind of big deal. And they talked about how Katy Perry was singing Roar. And they were like a row apart from each other. And they saw each other and they like held their hand out and like touched hands while
Oh
she
my
sang Roar.
God.
While she sang Roar. And that was that. That was it. I thought, oh, that's an interesting story. Okay. Look, I love weird people, but y'all are both weird. But Drew Barrymore ends up saying, look, the show called in a favor and we were able to reach out to I think it was the Smithsonian, and we have Glinda's original wand for you. Here, hold it. And they give her the wand. And if you've watched Wizard of Oz as many times as I have, you know that. I mean, that's the wand. It's huge. It's long. It's like a golf club. But Ariana, the way she was holding it, I don't know, dude. It was really funny. And the skits that we're going to see on TikTok for the next couple of weeks before it gets banned are going to be off the chain. I mean, people are gonna eat that up. It looked like it's just perfect content for SNL to come back and do something with. It was that strange and funny. TikTok ban was the other thing I was gonna talk about. We have till the 19th. So weird to me. It's so weird to me. I have heard that there's some workarounds, but I don't know if they're very legit, like using VPNs and changing locations and re-downloading the app and all that. I just got my first "you are approved to monetize" notification.
Oh man.
And
Do you think they're sticking it with it this time? Like the ban is.
So I don't think that the owners are going to sell. I mean, maybe if they want to keep the American folks on it, they might. I would hate to see them do that, because if it's so last minute or if they haven't planned it out, it could be shady and not work out. I am so confused by our country sometimes. First Amendment, First Amendment, First. How the fuck is an app a problem? Like, stop. Talk about conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories when they're convenient for people, like I have my opinions on that one too. I think they don't like the information sharing. I don't think they're worried about China getting anything from me or Charlie D'Amelio.
China doesn't need anything from us. China is doing
Yeah,
amazing on their own,
yeah.
Like literally.
Are we blocking Temu?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't get that.
Wish, Temu, any of that shit? Like,
So yeah. Not gonna lie,
Did we
I'm
do
sad.
that at the beginning of the year?
The 19th.
The 19th. Oh, I was
think it
just gonna
is.
say I did order a couple Christmas gifts off of Temu.
Oh no, Timo. I mean, we're giving them our cards, but
Yeah.
I don't know that we're blocking Timo.
People are also, if they put something on TikTok, they're also putting it on Instagram and Facebook. I just feel like that's just going to increase the traffic for the Meta business.
Mhm.
And it's just going to transform into what TikTok was, because that's what people want. Or there's going to be a new app,
Yeah.
or they're going to figure this out and decide, there's going to be some kind of US version. I don't know. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's insane to me.
Stupid.
Yep. Anxious to see where that goes. Megan, why do you hate Kim
I'm
Kardashian this week?
I don't even know about Kim
It's like my
Kardashian.
favorite segment.
That
I
makes
get
me
all warm and
sad
fuzzy
'cause
inside.
I don't really have much to say. She came across my Snapchat I think maybe even today, but I just keep scrolling. I should have watched it so that I could have told you terrible shit that was on there, but it's always just so dumb that I just scroll on. There's my KK rant.
Let's pause for the cause and hear a word from our sponsor.
The Plantbrella, a colorful umbrella for outdoor gardens and potted plants, designed to help protect your plants from the intense, direct sunlight, heavy rain, hail, and frost, while allowing some light and rainwater to gently pass through to your plants. The Plantbrella is not only a colorful piece and decoration for your garden, but is an effective way to keep your plants safe, hydrated, and live longer throughout the garden season. Plantbrella, we got you covered.
What did you see on socials / straight to the comments?
I have a good one.
Excellent. M for
Nice.
Megan.
So I found out about this on social, but it was definitely not on social that I watched it. It was on Prime, I believe.
This is
What? What?
Someone playing Duolingo? That's what that sounded like.
Duolingo. Someone's practicing their Spanish.
Okay, sorry. So I was on Facebook and for some reason, something like about growing up in Tucson. You get random shit, right? And it was talking about the Lisa Frank um, Incorporation is based out of Tucson. And that there's a new documentary about Lisa Frank and all of her businesses and scandals. And so I was like, well, that's interesting. And I went and looked at the comments, and the comments were like, yeah, we used to do pool business for her. She's crazy and she's really rude, and we'd have to fire more contractors and like just on and on. There's also a ton of comments that talked about how like they didn't want to watch it because they didn't want it to ruin their childhood and their nostalgia
Mhm.
when it comes to Lisa Frank. And I'm like, I mean, I wasn't a huge Lisa Frank person. I know what it is. I know about it, but I was like, let me watch this. And I watched it and I was hooked from the start. It is wild. Okay. So you guys know about Lisa Frank
Yes.
and what Lisa Frank is, right?
Yes. Yes, I remember 4th grade.
Artsy, yes. Colorful, unicorn,
Unicorns. Yeah.
trapper keepers, folders, all the things.
Yes.
So it's a 4-part series, and it starts with like who she is, where she graduated high school, how she ended up getting into this Lisa Frank business, really. And it was definitely her idea and her concept. But she had brought in this like head illustrator named James Green, who she worked very closely with. And the first episode was about like all these ex-employees talking about how James is kind of like overbearing and thought he knew everything and would wear these like snake skin boots and like just thought really highly of himself and never thought their art was good enough. Lisa was kind of in and out, but James was really running the show. So he kind of sounded like this whole kind of douchey guy. And then it goes into how they end up getting married because they've spent all this time together. So they get married and end up having a couple kids. Hunter Green and Forrest Green are
Stop
those
it.
boys' names.
Stop it.
I am not lying.
Lisa.
Yeah. So James is in the documentary. A lot of the ex-employees are in the documentary. They talk about how they weren't getting a very good wage at the time. It, James and Lisa were just extravagantly spending and they were barely scraping by. This one girl had to leave early to get to the bank and she walked through the warehouse part so that they wouldn't see her leave early. And then the next day, the warehouse manager told her that James had called and wanted him to put padlocks on the warehouse doors. And obviously could not do that due to fire code, but it was still right. Some people got fired because of some emails, like not necessarily like terrible emails, but basically saying work-life balance here sucks. We don't get paid enough, whatever. Fired. The HR person was on there. She's like, I don't even know. She's probably like 65, 70 year old now. Like, my heart broke for her because everybody was talking about how evil she was because she had to fire all these people and it wasn't really her fault. Like, she was just doing a job, but they felt like they were fired wrongly. It was it was kind of crazy. So then the next episode is, now they've been married for 10 years. Lisa doesn't even come to the office anymore. And James is literally running it. And these employees aren't like huge fans of James, but they're like, whatever, we just got to make him happy. Always have to make James and Lisa happy. Well, then they decide they're not going to work. They're getting a divorce. And oh, when they got married, she had gifted him 49% of the company. And so he was CEO and partial owner of the company. After 10 years, getting a divorce, she wants it all. Every bit
Of
of it. She
course.
wants it all back. It's her name, it's her company. She wants it all back. James is saying, look, you wouldn't even be this if it wasn't for my influence, the art, because James was the artist, lead artist, the marketing, all of it that would
So really, we have James to thank for the beautiful unicorns
James Frank.
and
James Green.
Oh,
Lisa
Thanks,
Frank.
James.
James Green.
fucking Lisa.
Hunter was the oldest child. Hunter, he was on, and he talked about how his dad's his hero and his dad is great and
Hunter
he loves his
Green.
dad. Yeah.
and Forest Green.
And Forrest.
Kylie. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to pause for Kylie for a second. Let it sink in. She said Hunter and Forest.
Yeah.
Are the kids' names.
Yeah.
Well, I
Good.
never took, I kept thinking Frank. I was like, okay,
Right.
into the Frank family. He obviously took her name. Why would he keep Green? Oh, wow. Okay. Hunter Green, Forest Green. What are their middle names?
It didn't go that far.
They probably don't have any because it doesn't like.
Yeah, probably not.
Jade.
Yeah, the son says that, mom's cray and it's not great and it's wild. Like you don't know if it's Lisa or if it's James, and you have differing, like I had differing opinions. Like at first I was like, yeah, James is a total douche. And then I was like, well, Lisa's kind of like, I mean, he is right. He was there every day. He was running the shade. Like it was her concept, her idea. And then everything that made it big was because of him, which in hindsight you find out is kind of the truth, because then the divorce goes through. She wants everything back. She wants him gone. She wants him out. Years later, like 6 to 8 years later, once everything is said and done, she gets it all back. And then it is basically desolate.
Garbage.
Gone. Like the
Just
Trapper
ones or
Keepers weren't
equals.
around much longer. And I guess at one point they were actually thinking about selling it and like recreating something better with it. Um, and so there was all kinds of drama with that. They didn't end up selling it. She got it all back, but then like just kind of desolate.
I bet James would have had ideas.
Yeah, James would have kept it going because he was like the backbone to it, right? They had a guy that came on that tried to come in and like help her. Like that was his job, was to rebuild the brand and help her go. And she was too difficult to work with. He's like, I went in thinking this was going to be a great thing, and I was there for 6 months and I just couldn't, because she wouldn't listen to anything. Like she wanted to keep everything the same, but the market had changed, and you had to change with the market, and you had to be willing to do some out of the box thinking, and she just wasn't. So she basically ran it into the ground. There were like 10 employees left at one point by like 2005. And then the third episode starts with this group called Glamour Dolls that it's these two people that had met, and they were entrepreneurs out of Jersey and created this makeup line called Glamour Dolls that they were selling, and they got really big. They ended up getting into like Walmart and stuff, and they were doing a great job. And they thought it would be great to collab with Lisa Frank and like make these palettes that have the Lisa Frank art, and like they started a Kickstarter with her permission. And very long story short, she ends up screwing them because she doesn't allow everything to go through, no production to go through. They had already given her like $800,000 for everything she wanted, because she wanted like $100,000 startup, however much of the, anyway, give her a ton of money.
And she
And
doesn't
but
go through it.
she won't let the graphics go through. She won't approve shit. She's stalling. Anyway, they end up, she ends up telling them new contract, because once she saw the Kickstarter campaign and how quickly it went, because people were like, hell yeah. Like people like us were like, ooh, I want that
Nostalgia.
makeup palette. Nostalgia was selling. The first contract was before the Kickstarter campaign launched, and she wanted $100,000, and then she wanted like 10% of the revenue or whatever, right? Well, then this Kickstarter goes, and she realizes how much it's going to be. That's how I feel about it. That's not exactly what they said in the documentary, but and so then she wanted more. And so she wanted so much more, and they kept just giving her this money from what they were getting from the Kickstarter campaign, still
Wow.
promising these people that they were going to have a product by September. But then she kept changing all the things and wouldn't let things go to production, and wouldn't let things go to manufacturing, and then insisted that they pay her contract fee or whatever. They end up giving her another $125,000. And the very next day, she sends them a letter that says that she doesn't want to be in business with them any longer.
Oh my
Completely,
God.
completely bankrupts these two. Like they're a small business out of Jersey. They're like 30-something-year-olds. Like it was devastating. I was like, oh, this is so sad. Um, She does end up collaborating with a different cosmetic companies later on, and of course, hits pay dirt. Um, and then there was this other YouTuber, and I've been trying to Google it, and I can't find her name. I can't figure it out. But anyway, she was a black lady that had like rainbow hair, and she actually like painted her entire apartment like this rainbow colors. Kitchen had the animal prints. Like she had her own thing going on. Never collaborated with Lisa Frank. But Lisa saw how great she was doing and ended up going into a contract with hotels.com where they were renting out Lisa Frank hotels that were painted basically very, very pretty similar. And it was literally right across the street from this lady's um, warehouse where she had started her business as a young
This lady's got
entrepreneur.
some like cojones, man.
And
Just it comes in
like
like a wrecking ball and ruins people's fucking lives.
she ended up kind of bankrupting her too. Like she basically, and then people think that she stole Lisa's idea. And this girl's like, I mean, you can tell, like, because I guess they were corresponding via like YouTube or whatever in messages. And Lisa was like, this is great work. I can't believe this. And then all of a sudden, now Lisa's got this brilliant idea and is making all this money. And so she cried and she was like, this lady basically just ruins lives and then walks away. And so, and she's like a recluse. Like nobody like sees her very often. She is, yeah, nobody can get interviews with her. It was a whole thing. And I was just like, wow, it was great. And I had no idea that it was just down in Tucson. That's how it like got brought to my attention. But then yeah, I was reading some of the comments and there were people that had worked with her in the past, worked at the factory in Tucson that again said the same things. Like it's hard to work there. They're slave drivers. They make you work all night. One of her employees was talking about how he didn't know if he was going to commit suicide or not because
Mm.
he couldn't support his family.
Oh.
And then he ended up getting fired because they claimed that he was freelancing while at work. And he was like, I'm not, but they didn't care. So it was just a really toxic company, apparently. And um,
And they're still in business?
they are still in business. They're actually doing well now because
Oh,
we're back into that 90s nostalgia era. And again, and she did. She ended up launching that the palette, which was identical to the prototype that Glamour Dolls had, identical. The prototypes that Glamour Dolls had that never got to manufacturing because of everything was identical to the one that did finally make it with this other cosmetic startup. So yeah, she's back in business, making some money. I mean, it was like a desolate property. Like everything was overgrown. There was like 10 employees. It looked like the one a guy was like that came in to try to help save it. He's like, it looks like a rundown carnival that you see in like a movie where everything's like there, but it's creepy because it's so old and like not kept up.
wow.
Yeah. But then after she screwed these other people, um, in this deal that never went anywhere, and they're still in litigation with her because they're still trying to get something from her and the money back from her because the Kickstarter, basically the Kickstarter funding was how they were paying her to do things, but then she never completed projects and never did the manufacturing. So they were never able to give them back their money or their product that they were promised. So now they're trying to get money back from her so that they can pay these Kickstarter people back. But it's, yeah,
You spent it, man. It's gone.
yeah, definitely gone.
Do her kids still talk to her?
Hunter does not. So basically, Hunter was the oldest, and then Forrest. Um, at 10 years old, they separated. According to Hunter and James, it was very toxic. Um, Lisa wanted full control, made sure that the kids didn't see their dad very often. At like 15, Hunter left his mom's house and went to his dad's and was like, I'm not going back. So figure it out. I'm not going back. And I guess they didn't push it because he never went back after that. Um, Forrest remained with Lisa the whole time and doesn't have a relationship with his dad. So one is daddy's boy, the other is mama's boy. Um, James and Hunter live in Mexico, down in Mexico. James does some art, owns a bar and a coffee shop down in Mexico. Um, And Lisa and Forrest are still, I think, in Tucson doing Lisa Frank stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So she wasn't
Crazy.
on it at all, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. It was really good.
Yeah, that is good. We should maybe add a documentary segment. We watch enough documentaries.
I love a good docu.
Me too. I love
I'm gonna have
documentaries.
to watch some when I get done with school.
What's your favorite documentary you've ever seen?
I don't know if I can say I have a favorite. I feel like I watch too much, too many or too much of them, too many years of them. Like there's been so many of them. Like, and what do you like, like Making a Murderer or, like those type of things. I really like true crime, obviously, so it would
Mhm.
probably be a true crime one. Uh, but yes, I agree. Like, if we don't do a movie segment, we should definitely do a documentary one because we do all watch a lot of those. But I think they have definitely, Netflix has really gotten that it's like they have a team that's just doing documentaries now
Mhm.
or something. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been pretty impressed with what they've come out with, even this last John Bonet one, as much as it's been beat,
Oh,
such a, it,
Yes.
I think they
I
did
started
it. I
watching
think
it
they
and I
do a
couldn't get
really
it
good
through it.
job at not being biased, I feel like they do a really good job at showing both sides,
mhm.
and covering conspiracies. Like in these last couple I've watched of theirs, I've been pretty impressed with Netflix, I guess, documentaries.
Yeah. Making a Murderer was great for sure. I think the one that no matter what, I don't think anything can ever top it just because I will never ever forget it was Dear Zachary. Have you guys seen Dear Zachary?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
I don't
I was
know if I
literally
have.
on my
That's
phone
also
trying to
my other
figure out
issue.
what the name of Dear Zachary was, and I could not think of it. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to think of it. And yeah,
I'm
No,
one
I
of those
haven't
people
seen
that's
it.
like, let me see the movie cover. I'll tell you if I've seen it or not.
Seen it,
Like I
yes.
can't remember freaking names of things,
you
but
would definitely, I feel like you would recommend or recognize it by the cover because it's got a tree on it. That's the one
what's it
thing that
called
I could
again?
think of.
What's it called again? Something
Dear
Zachary.
Zachary.
Dear
There's a
Zachary.
see, I can't. I
That
just
one.
can't.
The other one that I think like really ranks up there that high is Taking Care of Maya, which I saw Dear Zachary a few years ago. Taking Care of Maya, I think I've seen within the last year. Holy
Same.
Jesus God. Like, oh my God.
Dear
I haven't
Maya
seen
is
that one either. What's that about?
so sad.
Good Lord. I'm
Uh,
gonna have to like just binge watch.
I
It sounds
mean,
like
we can
documentaries.
we can make you a list.
Ah, well, I got some
I
time
don't
coming
think
up.
I've watched that.
Taking Care of Maya.
What's
That
taking
or the
care
Or
of
Dear
is it
Maya?
Zachary.
Take Care of Maya?
Taking Care of Maya or Take Care of Maya is fairly recent. Dear
Yeah.
Zachary is older for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
2008, is that sound right?
Yeah.
I found Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about his father.
Yes.
Is that it? Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
definitely haven't.
What's it about?
Ooh.
It's a Zachary's a little boy, and the filmmaker is essentially the dad's best friend. And the dad passes away. And so the filmmaker makes a documentary for Zachary. It's he makes this movie for Zachary so Zachary can know his dad. And that's
Yeah.
all I'm going to tell you. It will leave you jaw on the floor. So watch
Am
it.
I gonna cry?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to cry.
Oh, yeah. You'll cry.
Oh my
If you
God.
don't cry,
Okay, well, they give me.
something
Okay.
wrong with you.
All right. Well, let me. And then the next one, give me a short.
Take Care of Maya.
Yeah, what's that about?
Maya, I think she's a teenager by the time this all starts, but she gets this chronic pain illness. Like this girl's in pain, in pain, in pain, in pain. And you know how the healthcare system is.
I do.
You know how it
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And so her parents just really fight to get her the care she needs. And I think her mom, I mean, for lack of better words, I think they think it's like a Munchausen system or situation.
Syndrome. Yeah.
And it's not. And so like their family gets Maya gets taken. Like she's in the hospital and they tell the parents you can't come here, and she's basically a ward of the court, and it's the fight that their family goes through to get her not only back but the treatments that she needs. She ends up doing some like serious ketamine dosing in like Mexico,
Uh-huh.
which is it's like the only treatment for this pain disease that she has, and it works and it helps her, but it is quite the story.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, I don't know, but Dear Zachary had me shook up for days. I couldn't.
She asked if she'd cry, and I said yes.
Duh!
I don't want to cry though. I'm already emotional, you guys. Out of the four of us, you know who's the
I
first
had all
crier.
the emotion.
It's
I
me.
was angry, like I wanted to write letters.
Oh, see,
All bad.
I don't want to feel all uneasy.
You're not Megan.
Yeah, this is true.
Just watch it. It's really good.
Another good one is American Nightmare. Have you guys seen that one on Netflix?
Is that the
It's
is it the
that
Chris Watts one?
crazy ass story. No,
Mm.
this is a crazy ass one that the cops didn't believe it because, and like nobody believed it because it is so outrageous and it is actually true. Like it starts off these basically guys come in like scuba gear, like tactical scuba type gear, and they just come in and do this home invasion on this guy and his girlfriend, and they kidnap her and have him tied up and cameras on him, and if you move we can see you and we will kill you. Like, see that camera right there? Then that's where I'll leave it and you can watch the rest of it. But
I don't
the
think I've
cops
seen
like
that.
the cops do not believe them because the story is so ridiculous, and it does sound ridiculous, but this guy, you can just see him, he is just like, I know it's ridiculous, but it's what happened. And yeah, so it has a good ending.
I mean, I remember hearing that story when it was in the news.
Yes, I do
And
too.
so watching the show, I was like, okay, yeah, because I think I probably had some of the same opinions about it being a hoax or did the boyfriend do it, like that kind of thing. And watching it, I felt terrible
Mm.
for
Just everyone
allowing
involved.
myself to feel that way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, that's where you kind of learn like literally anything is possible. Like, it is so outlandish and it's true.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. So
April's
that's
gonna
one to
have
add to your
April's gonna have to start watching some documentaries.
I
I kind of
do.
wish they would have shared login, like you could do Friends on Netflix. Wouldn't that be
Mm.
cool?
Cody can't even log
Netflix,
into ours, and
no.
he's an hour and a half away.
Well, I have Netflix and I have Hulu and I have Peacock. So I've
It's all on
But that
there.
way we can like recommend to each other, like, hey, user Netflix users,
Mm.
you know,
I just don't
you
want to
can be
feel
like send
all
recommendations to each other through
Didn't
Netflix
you
and not,
used to do that in
uneasy.
Netflix? Didn't trying to
I
remember.
don't ever remember that.
I'm trying to finish Lucifer over here.
Well, take a break every once in a while.
Yeah. Break that shit up with a docu.
Who else has something from socials?
The only thing I really have is a new group that I found to follow for people who it just looking for inspiration. You know, sometimes when you just need to look at something real quick, or when you want to scroll through Facebook and see good things. So I've been trying to like follow those type of groups so that my news feed is full of
More
memes and
positivity.
positive words, and exactly. And so one of them I found was called Yes I Fucking Can. And it's basically people who have been told no you can't, It's not possible, or you're trash, like anywhere from addicts to people who were nothing wrong with them. Just people told them they couldn't be a doctor and they just got their PhD. And yes, it may have taken me 10 years to do it, but I have it, like just those kind of stories. And even one was even about somebody being teased because they stopped dyeing their hair. You should really dye your hair. That gray makes you look really old. And her hair's finally all grown out now. She stopped dyeing it in 2020, and she'll never dye her hair again. She doesn't care how old it makes her look. And just, it may seem silly to some, but it's obviously super important and something that's meaningful to her. And just to hope you remember to see blessings in even the little tiny things, even if it's just your hair. And all the way to getting your degree, or I've been sober for 21 days and this is the longest I've ever been sober my whole life. Like, just, I don't know. So that was my social media.
We might need a yes you fucking can segment.
Good
Like,
one.
pick your
Kylie.
favorite thing you saw that week and tell us about it every week. That's
I
inspiring.
mean, these stories are very long. It's kind of like reminds me of Post Secret. Did you guys ever do Post Secret?
Mm-mm.
You should definitely look that up. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure how it started or originated. I think it was just some kind of like an art project, possibly. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's this address that you can send either like basically a postcard to. And it can say or anything like a message to somebody, maybe, or just something cryptic that just means something to you, and people have like, I don't know, just they'll make their own postcard and use magazine clippings and make it, like, even though you did these horrible things to me, I'm, I'm a better person for it. Or, just, it would say something just like that. And you'd have no idea who it was or who it was from. And he posted all of these on, I think it started with like MySpace. And then I think there's like postsecret.com, but they would like scan them and post them. And it caught on, and more kept getting sent in, and they've made books of them. So you can go and buy a book and look through all these different postcards of what people put, or even, hey, this person who sent this postcard on this day, I read it. I was going to do something to myself that day, and I read that, and you stopped me from doing that. Like, it would just be, wouldn't know who it was to, and it didn't matter. Like, you got it off your chest. It's out there. And I don't know. It's just kind of cool. You should look it up for sure.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Cool.
Definitely.
I'll tell you guys the story I had for last week before we had to.
Someone rudely interrupted us.
Yeah. So this girl's name is Holly McBride, and there were 2 videos, and I got the second video first. And she essentially starts off by saying that, well, that blew up in my face. And I was like, ooh, what is it? What was it?
Gotta watch the first.
Holly's a mom of some young kids, and she's married, and her husband doesn't contribute. He works, but he doesn't help with the kids. He doesn't help around the house. It's not 50-50. And she's been telling him, like, dude, your girl needs a break. Like, I need some help. I need a timeout. Like, one of these days I'm just going to go to a hotel and like check myself in and sleep and swim. And I'm just going to take a day. And so apparently that day had come, and Holly posts a video on TikTok of her room. And, I told him I was going to do it, and I did it. And this is going to be the best 24 hours of my life. And she had woken up from a little nappy nap and checked her phone. And he, of course, realized that she has gone to the hotel. So there was no planned, I'm going to go on this date at this time. She just woke up one morning and went. So he wakes up to the baby crying and the other kid needing to get up and get dressed and go to school. And now he has to dad, now he has to parent. And he loses his ever loving mind, calls her, texts her. She's done, turned her phone off. She's sleeping. She's swimming. She's enjoying brunch at the hotel, well, the second video, which of course is where I started with her saying, well, I blew up in my face. Holy shit, the downward spiral that happened when hubby realizes that she's gone to the hotel. He immediately takes his kids to his family's house, and his family's house is off limits. That's something that as a married couple, they had decided together that their kids don't go to that side of the family. She didn't really elaborate why, but she did say it was bad. So he took the kids to a bad place. He's filing for divorce.
You're fucking kidding me.
Okay, bye.
What a piece
For
of
what
shit.
reason? For making me be a parent?
What a piece of
Like-
shit.
He ends up giving her daughter, but will not give her son, which is, I believe, a baby, like a baby. She ended up talking to somebody in law enforcement. They said, look, parental kidnapping is real. Like, there are steps that you can take. She does say that he cut off all of her cards and money.
Of course he did.
That's very typical
Of course it did. He's a narcissist.
in abusive situations. That's
Yeah.
financial abuse.
That sucks.
She says that he's been abusive in other ways in the past, but again, doesn't really get into. Look, this all started because she just wanted a break. She wasn't leaving him because he had been abusive in the past. She wasn't leaving him because he was a piece of shit dad or husband. She just wanted a break. She just wanted a time out, and she was going to go back, right? So long story short, they're separating. Her asking for and taking a break. Their family is crumpling, and their marriage is over. I had that story a week ago. And so I'm like, I've been on social media. Let me see if there's something else. Like, if not, I've got the notes. So I went to go look at the video I bookmarked, and it's gone. And I'm like, Holly, did you get your video removed? Her account is gone. Like, it's gone.
She deleted it.
So I don't know that we'll ever get an update on Holly McBride, the stay-at-home mom who took a day to herself at a hotel.
Did you Google her?
I don't know what state she was in.
He is a narcissist. He probably told her, this is a stipulation for us to stay together. You gotta, no social media, no. Yeah. Control.
Or
Yeah.
somebody
You want to
on
see your
his
baby
side
boy?
saw the video and he brought to his attention, and then now it's a thing. It could be a thing if they are getting a divorce and there is legal stuff and custody stuff that she needs to get that shit off there.
Yeah.
So for legal purposes.
Yeah.
What was it? I wasn't like laughing at it last week. But I'm telling you, the rabbit hole is instant, like, well, that blew up in my face. And then just the story, and like I went and go look at the other video, and her showing up at the hotel is cute. Like, I'm like, go ahead, girl, take you a little breaky break. Like, haha, maybe dad will step up, maybe hubby will step up. And no, he spiraled. Like, he spiraled. So I don't think it's as funny is the only word I can think. I don't know. I'm not getting a kick out of it today.
Yeah.
I couldn't find her account, and that made me sad. And no matter what, I hope she gets to see her baby boy and gets shit figured out. and wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
Same.
All right, life story. Megan, behind your back. Last week, we decided we were going to do 2 just to
I think I heard that.
make up for it.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Megan, what did your parents do for work?
My dad was in the army for a little bit. I don't know what he did after that. And my mom has and will always forever be a nurse.
So my dad worked in construction for several years, and my mom worked at K-State as an administrative assistant. Sounds like WWE is going on upstairs. Sorry. They did that for several years. My mom went and got her bachelor's. And so now they own 2 businesses. We have a sand plant and a trucking company.
Excellent. Hey, that's me, right? Okay. My dad was a mechanic. He was always a mechanic. He worked on airplanes when he was in the Air Force, and then was a car mechanic when I was a young kid. And even in his last jobs, he worked like at a golf course at Lake of the Ozarks, and he was a mechanic for the little golf carts. Oh, my mom. Right. I forgot about her. That bitch. She had a cool job. She was an investigator for the state of Kansas. She investigated welfare fraud. So if you said your baby daddy wasn't living at home and you weren't getting that paycheck, but you were getting them food stamps, and your nosy neighbor turned you in, my mom would arrest you. She did that my whole life that I knew. In Kansas City, she went by her legal name, and we had a kind of unique last name, and people started to like put 2 and basically we were going to school with the kids of the people she was putting in jail, and people were putting it together. So she moved us out of Kansas City and to small town USA. Like that was going to make it better. Because now she's responsible for people that we like actually know. But yeah, she actually like took over 9 counties. So in Kansas City, the work was there, you know. When we lived in Wamego, she was over like 9 counties.
My dad is an electrician, or was. He retired almost 2 years ago, but he worked at the power plants that was closest to us over by St. Mary's, pretty much. And then my mom was a stay-at-home mom up until I think we were all in school, and then she started working for the school district. I believe she started as being like a professional, like helping with some of the disabled kids, helping them get around and, you know, with classes and that kind of stuff. And then to doing hearing tests, to she works at the district office for and there in Wamego, managing all that type of stuff for all the teachers and the new jobs and the budgets and administrators and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's what she still does. So my parents did not have a lot of different jobs. They all got a job and kept it.
What were your siblings like when you were young?
My sister was definitely more of the caretaker role. I don't really even know what she was like because like it was not something I kind of paid attention to, I guess. Like she just seemed to be the caretaker, so I didn't really want to have much to do with her because obviously she was trying right?
Kind of boss you around and shit.
Yeah.
Did she
So
get married when she moved out? She got married real young.
I mean she got married right out of high school, so
Yeah.
um right at 18 or whatever. And that was when we moved to Well, when we moved to Wamego, she had moved in with Rodney's parents.
Mhm.
So even though they hadn't actually been married, she moved out of the house as soon as she could. She moved into Rodney's parents. My brother was back and forth with my aunt and my grandmother because he was causing trouble for my mom. I think he liked to party a little bit, and so then he went into the military right at age 18.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thanks.
My sister was 7 years younger than me. So baby, got whatever she wanted, basically, because she was the younger one. Has the attitude of my mom and my dad combined together. So really hot-headed, even as a baby. She was feisty. I'm not surprised that she's a lawyer. As
Mhm.
feisty as she was as a toddler, and how she liked to argue. But yeah, she was 7 years younger, and so we weren't really close because, I mean, I had to watch her, which I didn't like to. I remember this one time that I was supposed to watch her, and I was really pissed off about it. And so I didn't pay attention, and she went down the stairs in her stroller there on Snodgrass. And there, that has the stairs and the landing. And then there was the stairs again down to luckily she just went to the first landing. And yeah, I just remember my mom screaming and yelling at me. And I was like, she said, she's fine. Look, nothing's wrong with her. She is just fine. What's wrong? But yeah, I didn't really have a close relationship with Nikki growing up just because she was younger. Um, we try as adults now, and we do, like when we see each other, we'll go and get coffee together by ourselves and, talk and catch up. But we're just in different places.
Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't really get to bond closely with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, that little bitch beat me with a broomstick when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I never forgave her for that. And I tell her all the time. She's lucky that she was tiny. I could have hurt her.
She was so tiny. She was
She
so
was. She was. She was cute with her
cute.
little curly brown hair
Mhm.
and her mark from our German Shepherd, our first German Shepherd, Missy. She was eating a popsicle and was taunting Missy. And Missy went to go get the popsicle and got Nikki in the cheek
Yeah.
and, took a little gouge out. But yeah, I even told my parents because they were like disciplining the dog and me, an animal lover. I was like, oh, no, no, no. She was taunting that dog and, and trying, and Missy wanted the popsicle, and this is what happened. And yeah. So yeah, every time I see that mark on Nikki's cheek, it makes me remember that time of
Oh.
her. And I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I remember sitting on the couch watching TV with that big box TV back in the 80s. Yeah. And looking over, don't do it. Don't, oh, there it is. And then scream.
Wow. My siblings, I don't remember my brother at all. Like I remember meeting him after my parents got divorced, which was like second grade, I think. Um, he's 7 or 8 years older than me. I did grow up with Missy and Wendy. And even though Missy had a different dad, like I'm the youngest. So those like Missy's my sister. Like I know people like say half sister or stepsister or whatever. Like I was raised that that's my sister. I still feel like that's my sister, even though we have different dads. Um, Missy being 6 years older, I don't remember like playing with her, but I certainly remember her being there. I said before, like we were definitely latchkey kids, especially after my mom left my dad. You know, when my parents were together, I remember my dad being there. When my mom left my dad, like it was me and Missy and Wendy because my mom was always at her jobs. Like, so I definitely remember Missy, you know, kind of like you, Megan, like in that caregiver role. Like, but I also remember Missy still being young and like still being a teenager. And um I remember her, somebody called her fat in 8th grade. And that summer she just walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked inside our home, like not out in the neighborhood, just walking back and forth, just and lost weight. And by the time she got to high school, she was like skinny, pretty Missy. And so had a whole new life. And I remember the crushes on boys. I was a tomboy. I was playing with boys. I wasn't like, oh, he's cute. I was like, oh, he's got a cool remote control car. I want to play with him. And she was like, oh, that boy's cute. I want to like smooch him, you know? So I remember that. I do remember meeting my brother when he came to visit. So that was cool. Wendy is very close in age to me. She's 17 months older than me. And so I do remember a lot of her. I feel like I remember being 4. I remember before kindergarten started. Like I have some memories. So I definitely remember playing with Wendy, you know, her just always being there, but being very, very different from her. You know, she was very quiet. I was very outgoing. I was very athletic. She was not, you know. Um, she liked to read. I think one thing we did have in common, like we both were, you know, in plays and musicals and choir and band. And, you know, so we both had like artistic sides. But yeah, I think I've just always been very different. And I kind of, you know, I definitely remember that. I will tell you, the book that Missy wrote brought back some memories from childhood that I didn't have. And we don't have to get into the book, but that was actually more fun for me than I thought it was going to be. So even though I don't have the best memory, I have some now.
Okay, well, I think I have the most siblings, so let me think. I'll start with the ones I grew up with. So, um, there's Liz and Mariah. So Liz is I'm the oldest, and then Liz is like 3 years. Wait, I gotta think about ages, but yeah, she's younger than me. Uh, and then Mariah, and so it was us 3 girls basically growing up until I graduated high school. So, um, I don't know. I guess Mariah and I were more of the troublemakers. Liz was the kind of kid where you were able to give her the mom look and she'd crumple. Oh, I'm sorry. Like that was her punishment. And Mariah and I were more the ones that needed our asses beat. So, um, we tended to gang up a little probably on Liz, but um yeah, they're obviously great people. Grew up to be great people. Um, I just remember Mariah just being like, I think Liz was born and she was so sweet and nice and cute, and it was me and her and my mom and dad, and we were a nice little family, and let's have another baby. And then Mariah came, and it was like, I think that's why that was it. She gave, I think, my parents a run for their money. She was always into something. Aggie, when you were talking about the dog incident, it reminded me of a time Mariah was at a neighbor's house and tried to ride their dog like a horse, and the same thing happened. The dog was like, I'm sure she was probably, maybe even possibly hurt the dog, like grabbing onto the coat or something, because this
Yeah.
dog was like the nicest dog. It was a great, great dog. It was in a home with like little children and it was great, but my sister broke him, got the nipper right in the face, and she got right under the eye as well. I think it was like 2 stitches. They rehomed the dog then. And so that was a little sad, but of course, thinking of little kids, and if something like that were to happen again, they didn't want to, I'm sure there's all the parenting reasons why you do that. So that reminded me of that. And around the same time, I think she had even cut her finger with a knife because she was trying to cut her own carrots or cheese or something. Like my dad told her no. Uh, and she decided she was doing it anyway. I think she was 3, maybe. Like she just, yeah. I mean, if you looked at her wrong, she'd march across the room and bite you. Like she was
A bite.
nothing like she is now. Like you would never ever believe these things I'm telling you. If you know her now, you'd be like, what? No way, not her. No, she I remember her always getting so wound up and crazy. My mom would make her like run laps outside the house, like run around for 10 times, run outside the house, like, and she'd come in either calm down or needing to run around another 10 more. Like it was, yeah, she was definitely a different experience. Then there was Maddie. Maddie was born after I graduated high school, so I don't know her quite as well. Not growing up with her. When I lived in Kansas, I did do a lot of stuff with her. I always took her to the movies, and she stayed the night at my house, and we, rent movies and stuff like that. So I did spend a lot of time together. She visited me a time or two when I lived here and she was still in school, but she's since, moved on with her life and married with her own life. So um I also have a brother and sister from my um birth mom. I don't know, my real mom. Anyway, I have a brother, Tommy, and I believe we met once when we were little. He was maybe 2. I don't know how old I was, probably 5. Um, but we've been in contact somewhat over the years, and he's a very nice guy. He has a daughter that he takes care of as well. So I think she'll be graduating here in the next year or 2. And then my sister Tori, I met her also when she was younger. She was still probably maybe she was in 8th grade, I think. Very sweet little girl. She is, since I know grown up and was definitely more wild. And I know she has 4 little girls and she lives down in Florida, but I don't really have any relationship with her, so I don't know much about her. But those are all the siblings.
That was a chunk of siblings. I also wanted to say that as the youngest, I will represent and keep the spirit alive of scars on my face from an animal. When my parents were still together, I was playing vet, and I put my cat in a dresser drawer. That was his hospital room. Then I went downstairs and ate dinner.
Oh no.
My sister was like, the patient needs to be released. So I opened the drawer and out came a claw, and I have a scar
Oh yeah.
right here, right by my nose.
Mm.
Thanks, Huggy Bear. Hope you're feeling better.
He wanted to be transferred to a different room.
He was feeling fine.
He knows his insurance covers better than what
Yeah, right.
he was getting.
He was not covered by United. He's a Kaiser kitty. Approved. All right. Well, that's it. I keep getting emails from Zoom tech support. And they're like, can we close this ticket? And I'm just like, not yet. Not yet. Hold on.
No.
So
Fix my shit.
Get off my D.
My very first response was not nice. I said, "What do you want? What do you want me to say? That you didn't help me? Well, there you have it."
I love that.
They're like, "Sorry about that. Can we close it?" And I'm like, "Not just yet. Not just yet." "Can you see that a recording took place?" "Yeah, we can see that." And I'm like, "And you can't push the files to me." So we'll see what Kevin has to say, but I'm sure he wants to rip his hair out. I am fucking his metrics. Like I am single-handedly tanking
Yes,
Kevin's metrics.
Kevin better fucking start doing
Well,
his job. Kevin. Hello,
Kevin.
Kevin.
That's
Don't
that
tell me
sounds
what
like
you,
a Kevin problem.
don't tell me what you can't do. Tell me what you can do. Escalate it.
Yeah,
Escalate it,
yes,
Kevin.
I need a
exactly.
yes man, Kevin. Let's do this. Come on.
Kevin, if you can't tell, I'm relentless.
Don't be sorry. Do better.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
R.I.P.
Fingers crossed.
Perish, Kevin. If I go down, you're going down with me. We need episode 6, Kevin. We had just gotten our microphones. We were so happy with the episode. I don't remember the social media story, but I know I love them every fucking week. And the card, like, Kevin, come on, help us out. All right, well, that's it, folks. Avoid sinkholes.
Will do.
Yes.
I will
Go
do my best
Chiefs.
anyway.
They're getting ready to hit halftime, up 6-0.
Oh, are they? I was
Oh, they
wondering how
just
the
scored a
game was.
touchdown.
Oh, did they?
So
Love you guys. I
did.
gotta go.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Talk tomorrow. See you on Marco Polo.
See you guys on Marco Polo.
Bye.
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 Thanks for hanging out with us on the Mac Besties podcast. We hope you felt like a part of the crew because that's what it's all about, building connections and sharing this journey with you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the love with your besties. And remember, whether life's a mess or a masterpiece, we're in this together. See you next time on Mac Besties podcast.